Wait a minute. This is part 2. Have you even heard part 1? Okay, I'll leave the link in the description below. But this is part 2 of the conversation I had with some good friends, Hector and Nova. Part 1, we talk about the pandemic, raising kids, social media, tons of great stuff. So if you have not listened to that one, check the description. You'll see part 1 there. Here is part 2, where we geek out a little bit about movies, streaming services, all types of fun stuff. Both episodes are great. Thanks for listening, and let's get right into the episode.
Shit.
That's a lot. We covered a lot.
We ain't even talked about no geek stuff.
No,
bro.
Let's do it, baby.
Oh shit!
Let's do it. Now we're off to the races. Now people are cozy. We're feeling cozy now, yeah, boys.
Okay, let's start. Mortal Kombat, go.
Oh,
Okay, no. As a matter of fact, Mortal Kombat, Hector, don't go yet.
So I'll start first. So let me first off by saying, if you don't have HBOMax, you are wasting your life. Because
Facts.
HBOMax is by far the best streaming fucking service.
If you don't have it, and
Nuts.
you have a friend who's willing to hook you up,
That too.
contact that friend.
there are
That's right.
friends.
Yes.
Okay, there are friends.
And I think I'm only on, what am I? It's like $8 a month or something because I got the ESPN Fight Pass package too.
I just had
So-
to get Peacock.
Oh, yeah?
I'm so pissed.
I wasn't going to, but I'm a wrestling fan.
I need the network.
You got to have it.
Yeah.
I need to be able to go back and watch obscure wrestling matches.
Yes.
From
That's all he's
early-
asking for.
That's it.
At any time, I know that when I had the network, I barely watched it.
Right.
But the option was there.
Yes. Now you need it.
Yeah.
Especially because, like, as much as I love the WWE now, I think we all could agree it's a different era back then, right? When we were kids.
Completely.
But just like tattooing, just like fucking the housing market, things change, people change, communities change.
Right.
They're doing the right things and it's still great entertainment. But there was nothing like the 90s, bro.
Yeah.
Nothing like the Attitude Era. And aside from YouTube, you can't see full matches. So
Right.
I get the Peacock thing, and I'll probably end up doing it anyway.
It's $3 a month, right? Or something.
Something
really
like that.
cheap
It's
like
cheap.
that.
With
And-
commercials, and then you pay a little bit
it's
extra
true,
to do.
And it's true that
But look at us. We just said commercials. Ew.
I know.
Fucking millennials. What is wrong with these
idol.
people?
Okay, I need
idols.
to be on
Selfish
record.
fucking-
I'm here on record.
Oh boy,
I watch the commercials.
Do you now?
I don't run to my phone.
that's interesting.
That's why me and April, we go at it, because she's like, oh, like something hurts, and I'm like, girl, get that thing I just saw the commercial for. She's like, what thing? I'm like, if you would have been watching the thing, you would know. Like, I told you, they got something for that. You're fine. It's right there. Like,
That's
super
watch
interesting.
the commercials. I know about the cool pillows and the blankets. And
Are you tired of your back hurting?
Yes. Okay. Shaq.
That's right.
Got Icy Hot on lock.
Listen, I don't mind the commercials. I really don't.
You get the commercials from your phone.
Right. But my issue with the commercials, though, especially when they have these streaming services, is it's always the same. There was one great thing about
That is
TV
true.
and cable.
It's like YouTube.
Yeah. And it was always different on cable television.
Yes.
And I think that's why we block out commercials, is because I saw the same thing every.
You know what
Every
pisses me
fucking
off
5
about
minutes.
commercials? I know I won't be the only one. The fucking countdown till the show
Oh my
starts on the
God.
top.
Yes, that's the worst.
That's all I fucking watch.
It's
I'm
almost like
323,
Yeah.
321,
it's almost, you know what it's like? You know what it's like? You know what it's like? It's like, bro, it's like when you have to take a piss and you're in the car and you know you're about to get off the exit, and it's almost like your body's like, okay, we're almost here. So it speeds up the urination process that much faster. That's what it's like with those ads, because I feel like those last couple of seconds are just like,
I run, bro. Those 3-minute commercials, 3.5 minutes. I have to pee, get dinner started,
Yes.
walk the dogs. Like, something
all you
needs to
got.
be done. I'm like, now I'm beating the clock. I mean,
That's
I
right.
guess I
You're
like it.
being
I like
efficient.
I like
being
competition.
efficient.
You're being efficient.
It's like a
Super
game
efficient.
show for me.
yeah,
Like, ready, set,
Go.
go. Exactly.
You gotta be back before it starts.
So we digress. HBOMax
Yes.
is
Damn.
the best streaming service, and for a lot of different reasons. Now they're starting to bring out all this new stuff the same day as is. But I did watch Mortal Kombat the day it came out.
Yep.
Two things here. I think they delivered what I personally wanted as a fan on only the action and the fight scenes.
Yeah.
Although we can only compare it to the 90s version, The 90s version, and I'm the one not smoking here. The 90s version, which wasn't bad. I enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
Because it was the 90s. It's almost like the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
I love that movie because it's
You're-
just
that was
nostalgic.
the-
It was the
yeah,
movie.
that
It was
was
the
it.
movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, who's a better Batman, Michael Keaton or Christian Bale? I got to say Michael Keaton because that's my era,
Yeah.
right?
So true.
Same thing with LeBron and Jordan.
Ooh, Jordan.
We're Jordan fans, though, because that's what we grew up with.
Right.
But like kids nowadays, they didn't see Jordan. They didn't watch the
Yeah.
Bulls. They didn't watch the Dream Team. So I get it. So when you watch Mortal Kombat now, you're like, oh, it's great. Like there's some overhype to it because you didn't see the 90s and you didn't appreciate it. But I think the fight scenes got me hooked. The acting, however, similar to the 90s, was not where it needed to be. But then I even did a whole podcast on this where I was like, what do I go watch Mortal Kombat for? Do I go watch it for the great acting? Am I looking for them to win an Oscar for Best Actor?
No, you
No.
want some gore.
I want some gore. I want fatalities. And
Yeah.
I think it fucking delivered on that.
Yes.
And it was free. So it was that much better. Would I pay to see in the theaters? That's the big thing.
Yes.
I would probably pay it.
I would definitely had not like saying like let's say that we haven't seen it and
Yes.
we're like, oh, Mortal Kombat's coming out.
Right.
You bet your bottom dollar I'm gonna go fucking see that shit
Gotta
in
see it.
theater because I'm a fan.
Got to be a fan. Yeah.
And the movie I was a little too hard on it. I haven't watched it again. I only watched
'Cause
it
the hype.
once. I don't even think it was
No?
it was the hype. I think just the character, the main character that they were trying to push. I didn't buy him at all.
Yeah, that was a little aggressive.
But the fatalities, the gore was awesome.
And it did hop right into the action, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. And then another thing that I was like bummed out is they killed Goro like right off the rip,
Yeah, but the ending kind of surprised me a little bit because it seems like it's going to be treated like a multiverse type of thing where they're going to go back and almost like they could reset.
Yeah, there's multiple movies coming out from what I
So maybe
understand.
Goro will come back and maybe all those characters will come back because again, this is what's interesting about that movie that people don't appreciate is when you play the game, they're dying and you're playing them the next round.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to make the movie like that. So it was very authentic in that regard.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think, and I'm always relating things to that now. Where if it's worth paying, it's funny. If it's worth paying in the theaters, it's a good movie, right? Because
Also-
you don't watch it.
Dude,
You
can
always
we
do.
talk about that opening fight scene with
Those first
Scorpion
7
and
minutes.
Sub-Zero, bro.
The best 7 minutes of our childhood.
Bro.
I
That's what I mean. It got right into it, bro. It
was
did not waste any time.
this movie's about to be something that I did not expect.
Yes.
it to be,
April does not mess with movies like that. And I sat her down and said, you got to watch this. You need to watch this.
It was rad, man. And even, just that whole dynamic between them was just really well done, I
if
think.
it would have just stayed there.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
I mean, there definitely needs to be a only
So-
Scorpion and Sub-Zero
And
movie.
I
Yeah,
for
completely agree with
Yeah.
what you both are saying. I just know I feel like I'm thinking more on because I know they're planning 5
Sure. Right.
also with the multiverse thing. So I was like,
5.
okay.
That's what they're playing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah.
That's
so I'm like, okay, yeah, they
That's-
gave me the gore, which is what I was
like
going to
Marvel
see.
Universe type
Yeah.
shit.
For real.
But then now I'm also in a sense excited to see what stories build throughout.
That's right.
Like I had to get over the main character thing. It is what it is.
Yeah.
When they release games, sometimes there are new characters in the game too. So
Yeah, exactly.
fine. This is a new character. But I'm excited to see
Yeah.
how it builds like Avengers and
Sure.
everything else. And now I'm
Well,
like,
even the build up right at the end, that's what kind of got me hooked. Was walk past and you see the Johnny Cage poster.
yeah, bro.
And that to me was like,
Which is funny.
maybe they got
with-
something here because I get what they're doing. It's almost like a short story that they're
Yeah.
building, the origin story. Because one thing I really liked about that movie that you don't see with a lot of movies nowadays is you got an origin story, and Zack Snyder's great at this. You get an origin story without an origin story. Like there was no 2-hour origin
Zack
story
Snyder
of
did that movie too.
no, I mean
he
like
didn't, but
his
he's
dir-
using it as a-
yeah, his style is kind of like that, right? Because like if you watch Justice League, I thought he did a great job. The new one, of course.
Absolutely.
He did a great job of creating an origin story with those characters without creating an origin story.
Right.
Mortal Kombat did that too because I felt for each character. It gave little flashbacks. Because the big thing that I was worried about was I would go into it and it would be like the 90s, right? The first one, where it was like the first hour was this character build up and this fucking. I don't need to know Liu Kang's history. Like, I played the game for years. I get it.
I know who the fuck he is.
And then when I watched that first 7 minutes, I was like, okay, we ain't gonna get no origin story. It's gonna be
we going straight into it.
we going straight into it. And then they
gave you the origin story.
They dabble. They give you the sprinkles.
Yeah.
And I'm okay.
I'm
with
excited for since they are coming out with a bunch of movies. I'm excited for seeing more characters.
Yeah,
because they brought Natara, right? She was in the movie.
Right.
She's an obscure Mortal Kombat character
Yeah, she's
that's only
awkward.
been in like maybe like 1 or 2 games.
And even with that, like you would think they would do like more of the organic because we know them, but then even people like bringing Cabal, like I was hyped when I saw Cabal. I was like,
He's
Cabal
always
was
been one of my
oh
favorites.
snap!
Now, you know what I hope they do this. There's one character in particular that used to be my favorite that I was disappointed with, and that was Reptile. But I think how they're doing it is they're creating like this reptilian universe, and that wasn't actually Reptile that we saw. Maybe that was like Reptile's like army.
Right.
Is what I'm hoping for.
Okay.
Because I hope Reptile would be like a Sub-Zero or Scorpion
I
character.
can't even remember what Reptile looked like.
He was
a
like
reptile.
Sub-Zero, but he was green, the same outfit. But when you took it off, he was like a
a bearded.
like
Oh,
the
in the
Croc.
movie,
In the
he
movie.
looked like a fucking. Oh,
yeah, it was a lizard. In the movie.
Yeah, that's right.
He looked like that
Whatever
Spider-Man
that is.
movie, the second one.
oh damn.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. So I was a little disappointed in that.
Okay,
but
that makes sense though.
Other than that, I thought it was fucking awesome.
Goro looked cool.
Gore looked really cool. Perfect.
Even though I was upset he
Compared to
died.
the 90s.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that
That shit was animatronic. Yeah. It was sick, dude.
with his pretty ponytail. That was perfect. Oh man. Okay, so can we do a hashtag Street Fighter next?
Oh, bro. Although the original with Jean Claude, man, that was pretty dope. though.
I liked it.
I have it. I own it, bro.
It was so 90s,
Nothing
though.
beats it.
But
was so
how like hilarious is it that they got Jean-Claude Van
Oh my
Damme to
God.
play Guile?
It's fantastic.
That's
Well, who else?
iconic.
When you look at it too, you're like, who else would play that? Like after,
Back then, hell yeah.
you know,
Yeah,
like
no,
back
not
then,
at
who would
that
do
time.
it?
He
There's
was
nobody.
definitely-
He was
it.
the man, bro.
Could have been Arnold.
America. But Street Fighter, you know what I'd love to see that would be kind of like off the rails, but really cool, would be like a Marvel vs. Capcom movie.
Oh, dude.
Oh my god.
How rad would that be?
Don't do
You can't use
that.
the MCU. It would have to be like,
just
you
completely
just do it.
separate movie.
Yeah, like just a universe for that.
Kind of like the way they're doing like Joker and all the Batmans. It's like Harley Quinn, like
That's right.
completely just different movies.
Yeah.
Just enjoy the shit.
And I think we talked about this on the last show. Is I'm all about
Everything.
everything.
Absolutely.
Like I'm not there. There shouldn't be one Joker or one Batman. You know, there could be numerous.
me and
you know?
Tony fully believe that if we're getting the material, be
Yeah.
fucking happy about it.
You'd be happy.
You're getting the material.
Yeah.
And you know, but it's very parallel with the comic book world, right? Because you know you can have one comic that's based in Earth right now,
Yeah.
and you can have the same comic that's based in the same Earth, but it's a totally different story.
Exactly.
And that's just how comic books have always been since the
So
day they
why
started.
can't movies be the same?
Exactly. And I think people
Absolutely.
get strung up on so many different things
Storyline
yeah.
and
Yeah. Because, you know, they're coming out with a Joker too, right? Todd Phillips is already writing it.
It doesn't have
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah.
It
Yep.
does.
Yeah.
Todd Phillips is directing it again, same dude. And then, yeah, he signed on
be
for
crazy.
it. Apparently some big dough got thrown their way.
They can afford it.
That was probably one of my favorite
Yeah.
comic book movies
We
of
saw
all
that in
time.
theaters, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to go for that one.
That was
And
incredible,
even
man.
April loves it.
It was a great
April, I was like, this is totally different.
was so
I remember
good.
reading a review, which if you ever want to just purposely get yourself angry, read a review. They just totally missed the mark on what the movie was about, which I
Yeah.
think, in my opinion, was about like mental health. You know, like watching
Totally.
Yeah,
someone
that's
just
what I got from it.
you know
Yeah.
dive.
I mean, how genius was it? The laugh disease that he had. What was it
Yeah.
called again?
Yeah,
It was
forget.
I don't remember the actual name for it, but it
But
was just
it's a real
cool how
thing.
they tied
yeah,
that into
it is
Yeah.
a real
like,
thing. The fact that
man,
he
it was
did
so
his
great.
work and went to visit these people and like studied them,
Genius.
I was like, my
Genius.
man, diving into the character. I love it.
Nah, dude, that was perfect. Because that's something, again, you don't really see a whole lot. You know, everyone was giving Ben Affleck shit, too, obviously, for his character. But you look at, like, the Zack Snyder's Justice League, and that was just, that was just fantastic. So many good things there
Yeah.
compared to the other one.
I mean, They should have never.
Well, and this whole like restore the
justified that.
Yeah, and this whole like restore the Snyderverse thing. Hopefully it happens.
Yeah.
But I just thought that Ben Affleck Batman that we got, everyone was giving him shit, but we've never seen that Batman before. Like, it's a different thing. Like, we've seen the origin stories. We've seen Christian Bale and Michael Keaton and Val Kilmer and all, but you've never seen 20 years in the game. So how you going to bust his balls? You got nothing to compare it to.
Yeah.
You know, I thought he did a fucking awesome job.
I love
He's one of my favorite Batmans.
He's good, man.
Yeah.
I loved it. I feel like after Heath Ledger,
you couldn't get it better.
You shouldn't like ever try to just immediately write off an actor performing one of these characters.
That's right. That's right.
You can only judge them on how they do. So let them do it.
Although, let's go ahead and judge Robert Pattinson real quick because
I'm ready.
Because I think he's a great actor. I've seen
agree.
Like Lighthouse was incredible. If you saw that.
Absolutely.
It's a great movie, dude.
Absolutely.
And I never thought I would want to sit through a black and white movie.
Dude,
It was perfect.
that
You know what I mean?
scene
Like
about the fucking lobster.
spoiler alert. But bro, and then of course you had. I mean, he played alongside William Dafoe. Thank you, which I love Dafoe. He's the man, right?
He just nailed that.
Oh, dude, they're great. And there was even one that I didn't see, but I heard it was good. I think it's on Netflix. It's where Robert Pattinson was, I think, a bank robber, and his kid brother is
Yeah, I saw it. I didn't watch it, but I saw it.
Is like mentally handicapped or something. I think he was nominated for an Oscar for it, but that looks really good. So I know
just watched Tenet.
Oh, Tenet's great too. Wife couldn't get into it, but I'm a big Christopher Nolan fan.
Yeah.
Like just the way he mind fucks you throughout the whole movie.
Yeah.
Like always, I've always said this, where if you watch all of his films, but if you only watch the last 20 minutes, they won't make any sense. But to appreciate his work, you got to watch the whole movie, but focus on the last 20. Because that last 20, he will fucking destroy your brain.
It'll all make sense without making sense.
Exactly.
All his earlier movies too, man. Was it Memento? Like that. Pretty sure that might have been his first.
That was
movie.
his?
Oh yeah, with
Memento
who was that? That wasn't Christian Bale. It was Guy Ritchie?
I think so.
It might have been Guy Ritchie that was in it.
And then he
Momentum.
did
Or Memento. Yeah.
another what's that movie with Leonardo DiCaprio? After this is during when he was doing the Batman movies.
Inception.
Oh,
yes, bro.
Love that. That's another great one where he'll just fuck you.
I'm gonna have to watch that when I get
It's a
home.
great movie. The Robert Pattinson, I'm not mad at it only because it's going to be a story that we haven't seen before. That's what I'm excited about.
Yes.
I don't care that he's Batman because I think he could be. I think anybody could be a good Batman if there's the right story and the right direction.
Right.
Except Val Kilmer and George Clooney. But aside from that, I think anybody could be a good Batman. So I'm really looking forward to it. And in my eyes, to go full geek on you, I think he would have made a better Terry McGinnis, Batman Beyond. If I had to pick.
I agree, because
he's got the look.
I was gonna say it's the look. The look is selling.
Maybe that's what they're going for.
Maybe, I don't know. Although I did hear some rumors because you guys remember Flashpoint comic. You guys remember that? So I did hear rumors that's what they're doing with Michael Keaton's Batman.
Right.
Which would get me a fucking rock hard cock. Yeah. Like I'm hoping because in the comics and I think in the animated film it might be on HBOMax. I think it's the older version of the Batman, and then Flash travels back in time, and then he shows up to this universe, and it's like Earth 2 or Earth 1, whatever.
Lois is the key.
Yes, and then he shows up, and Batman's there with Terry McGinnis, and I'm hoping they do Michael Keaton because if you watch the Batman Beyond animated film, there was an older, wiser Batman, and if that was Michael Keaton, bro, because I heard the rumor is I read this article the other day. The rumor is he signed on for 3 Batman flicks.
Damn,
that's awesome to hear, man.
So is he going to be the older Batman in a universe? Is he going to carry on and they're going to do Batman Beyond? Because, do we need another origin story of Batman? I don't know. I'm okay to wait another 10 years. I want to see like a different version.
Completely different.
So I think we're going to get that with Matt Reeves' Batman. I think.
Definitely. I feel like, there's so many renditions of Batman in the comics, but the movie wise, they've only ever touched on Bruce Wayne.
That's right.
And so they should definitely try to, at least just for the time being, like you said, maybe like 10, 15 years from now.
Yeah, dude, their gallery is so sexy. But the problem with it though is Marvel's not doing that, and they're trying to copy what fucking Marvel's doing, and that's been their biggest downfall.
Yeah.
You know, because I know you're more DC than Marvel.
Yes.
What about you? Are you in the middle? What are you
I
at?
go back and forth. For the longest time,
Kinky.
I was
hey, whoa.
Hey.
Hey. Giggity goo.
yeah. For a while there, I was mostly DC.
Yeah.
At the beginning, I was strictly Marvel, but then always loved Batman.
Sure.
And then because I love Batman and all the villains, it kind of let me see what's up with other DC stuff. And then Swamp Thing took over.
Yes,
Swamp Thing, I forgot.
bro.
Swamp Thing.
Yes.
I've got right over there. I've got some Alan Moore Swamp Thing in that little collection. Got some cool Batman ones over there.
That's rad.
But that I found some cool characters in DC that were kind of like, I don't know, man, that just under the radar,
Like
but
the
fucking
oddballs.
awesome.
Yeah.
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 The obscure characters that I had kind of heard of, but that never
Sure.
really jumped into their stories and then started reading that shit.
Yeah, it is wild, man. They have such a big roster, but they don't
Utilize
capitalize on it.
Yeah, at all.
And I'm excited to see what The Rock's gonna do with Black Adam.
Black Adam, man.
Ooh,
I'm
yeah.
excited.
Because I also did hear that he's got some big wigs at WB because they just did this big deal with Discovery. Did you hear about this?
I did not.
I did not.
So I guess HBOMax or Warner Brothers, they picked up Discovery Network, but I think, or maybe it was the other way around. But apparently they're going to get some new VPs at Warner Brothers, and those properties are going to carry over to the Discovery Network. So it's going to be all one encompassing media company,
Okay.
but it won't be the same clowns that said "fuck you, Snyder."
Yeah.
Yes.
It's going to be the ones that are at Discovery who apparently are big fans of the Snyderverse.
Yeah.
And The Rock is like, bro, the only way, because again, if I'm The Rock, it's getting filmed. Black Adam's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you reboot Superman now, and in Black Adam 2, I have to see The Rock fight anybody except Henry Cavill, I'm going to be pissed. That motherfucker needs at least 3 more Superman movies.
No one should
Man
ever
of
touch it
Steel
again.
is by far probably, aside from Joker, let's say superhero, that might be my favorite superhero movie
It's
of all time.
Man of Steel. I didn't watch it when it first came out, and then I watched it. Dude, I fucking loved it.
It's
man.
just so
It's
incredible, bro. He's such a great Superman.
Yeah, I gotta say, out of all of them, he is my favorite. Not Christopher Reeves, obviously. He's
Sure.
a legend, but just in the modern era,
Oh,
this
man.
guy is awesome. They should
the
bring
best.
him back.
They
for
need
sure.
to, yeah. Especially in Justice League, you saw that. Oof,
Yeah, man.
the black suit, come on now, man.
He looked great, man.
Unbelievable, bro. Unbelievable. I didn't think we were gonna see him again, but I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
What else we got on HBO Max? What are some other quick
The
reviews?
Conjuring.
Ooh,
I
that
haven't
just came
seen it
out, right?
yet. I haven't
saw
seen it yet.
I saw it.
I haven't seen it. No spoilers.
Of course you
I
did.
would give it a solid out of.
Come on.
It's a solid movie.
Come.
It's a 7. It's a 7.
7 out of 10.
Yeah, 7
Okay.
out of 10.
Okay.
That's respectable.
Okay.
Because so
No,
the
I don't want to
first-
hear about it.
The first one, first
wanna hear about
Conjuring is, I would venture to say, 9 out of 10.
The
Great
creme de la
movie.
creme.
It was a good one. It was
Yeah.
a good one. The second one, so. I
Yeah.
wasn't a big fan, but I still like it just because I like that
Horror
series,
movies, yeah.
and horror movies.
Yeah, just that whole series is nuts, bro. But yeah,
Yeah.
the first one was untouchable.
The new one though is solid. It is not a bullshit.
The trailer looked terrifying.
Yeah, it's not like
I gotta
them
get it.
just throwing movies out there.
Yeah.
you know?
Nice.
They took their time with it.
Yeah.
I did see. I haven't gone to the movie theater in about 18 months, but just last week we saw The Quiet Place 2.
Ooh, I haven't seen that one. Is it good?
So you saw the first one.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Loved it.
First one was great.
Facts.
This one I think is probably parallel to that.
Really?
It is not better. It's not worse. It's
Yes.
exactly
More
what
the
you
same,
expect.
which is good.
It's great. And then the first, again, very similar to like Mortal Kombat. The first couple minutes,
Ooh.
What?
it gets you like.
HBO Max, you said it's on?
No, I think it's only
no.
theaters now.
I think
That's
it's in
where we saw it.
theaters, yeah.
You got to see it in theaters. If you're gonna see any movie this year, you need to see that in theaters.
Okay.
Let's go watch that one in theaters because I would have gone to see The Conjuring in theaters, but it was
It was.
You know,
in-
there
yeah,
were-
it's on.
HBO
It's
was
in your
like,
face.
Of course. Yeah.
Here.
No, you got to see that because the
Okay.
sound. I mean, how it does, right? It's,
yeah.
but what I loved most about that was they started the second one. First, spoiler alert, it shows in the trailer, so I'm not giving away anything, but they give you a flashback.
Okay.
So it's day one. So how the beings, aliens, whatever you want to call them, how they actually got there. So you get that the first like 10, 15 minutes. little character building on a few guys that are going to be in the movie, but nothing crazy. So John Krasinski is in that, right? Because he died.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he died in the first one. If you haven't seen it yet, you're an idiot because it's a great movie.
Yeah, it's definitely a gem.
You got to watch that. So he comes, it's day one, and then it immediately stops whatever when it ends. I won't tell you, but when it ends, then it says like
real.
day 475.
Oh, nice. I love when they
And
do that.
that is the day after John Krasinski dies.
Oh,
So when they walk past, like watch the first one today, let's say, go see the new one tomorrow. Because when they walk in the fields where he died,
Yeah.
like, the big, that sand container that the kids fell into.
Right.
Yeah.
So the alien came through.
Yeah.
So the hole's still there
see
in
it
the
and
second one.
everything, like-
So it's almost like they filmed the next
catch it.
day.
Yeah, they catch
Oh,
up.
wow.
But it makes you
Nice.
appreciate it because I'm a big behind the scenes guy, so I always like watching how things lead up to it.
Details.
And remember they filmed this thing 2 years after the first one. They released it just now, which is like a year and a half after so they filmed this thing and finished it like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So when you see kind of like the first one versus the second one, it really gives you some appreciation of filmmaking.
Nice.
And that's a great flick, though.
Well,
You gotta see that in theaters.
John Krasinski, right?
Yeah.
He did the second one too.
Yeah, he wrote it and directed both of them.
Those
Yeah.
are
You
his.
can tell
Yeah.
like right off the bat that just from watching the first one that he was a fan of like horror movies and
Yeah.
and but like creating a world and a story that made sense,
That's right.
So he has an appreciation for that type of filmmaking.
Exactly.
And that's
Yeah.
why
That's awesome,
the
'cause he's so
the
funny, too.
details, like all that stuff. That's why it looked like they probably filmed it. They started filming the movie directly after the first
That's right.
one.
Yeah. I'm a big detail guy. Like, you guys remember the space shuttle that the kid had in the first one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when you watch the second one, he's grocery shopping, everything's fine, everyone's talking, they're having a good time, and he walks past and doesn't buy it, but they show it. It's 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Boom, and you're like,
Oh,
That's
shit.
interesting.
That's the stuff that, like, if you're a movie,
Plenty,
oh, I love that.
you'll fucking love.
Love that shit. But there was stuff like that throughout the whole movie. It's a good flick, dude. Got to see in theaters though. You can't wait because that's worthy of the $40-$50,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah, for sure.
When you go to the movie theaters now, they don't really care as much what you bring in because they're so
What are you
desperate to get
talking about?
business.
I never taken food from other places to the movie theater. Why would you say things like this?
I mean, bro, we brought in some subs, some bottled waters, just in plain
What?
sight. Yeah,
They're
dude.
like, dude, just come and sit down.
Just-
Give us money for the ticket, man.
Yeah, dude.
That's it.
Because I was prepared. I was like, if they say something, I'm just gonna look at them and be like, dude, you're lucky I'm
You
here.
didn't put on like extra
on.
big clothes and stuff in your
No.
pockets.
No. Because you know what?
Put the
You know what I
McDonald's
did?
in a different bag.
I still bought popcorn. I still bought a drink and some candy because I
still
want to
need some
support.
candy,
I
yeah.
want to support.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I was okay with that. But yeah, for
Because
sure.
you, because you brought everything else but what they have there.
That's right.
That's why we do
I
it.
couldn't bring
You're
popcorn,
like,
yeah.
I got the burgers and the fries. I'm like,
Popcorn.
I
goes
need the
great
candy
with
and the
those.
popcorn.
And dude, you know, when you guys see the place, I'll have you guys over sometime. And when you see the new spot, I built a media room. So we actually have like a 90-inch Samsung. I got the Philips lights behind it. So that's
Yeah.
linked up to the movie.
Nice.
You know, so it makes it look bigger. So we really haven't had a need to go to the movie theater. But we have microwave popcorn and we sit back in the recliners and do it. And it's great. But then when we went to that movie theater,
You were like, I'm home.
we're like, bro,
This
there's
is-
nothing like a movie
There's-
theater.
It's a vibe.
It's a
man.
vibe.
And when it's
Vibe.
gone, which it's looking like it's going to happen.
Yeah, it's not
sooner
looking
than
good.
later,
That's not looking good.
it's going to be sorely missed. And I know
Yeah.
people were like, yeah, will it really be missed?
It will.
Yeah, it will.
It will.
dude. It's
Yeah.
a part
I
of
will
our
miss
culture,
sitting in
man.
a dark
Yeah.
room focused on something
right.
and you not saying shit.
And there's something with movie theater popcorn. You
So
can make your
good.
own popcorn. You can buy
And
whatever
that's
you want.
cute.
The same.
No,
It's not the same.
It's not. And I know because I used to spin that bitch
Yeah.
and clean it. It was tough.
I don't like the popcorn that you have to pump the butter yourself. I'm like, no, you motherfuckers know how to make it right.
And you got to ask it to get layered.
Dude,
You got to layer the butter.
You want it layered? Of course. Do you
course.
have to ask?
You know, we didn't used to ask that back in the day when I worked there.
Yeah, I know that.
You had to
that's
request
like a
it.
newer thing.
That's a newer thing where they actually, would you like it layered? It's like,
And like,
They know what time it is. They know we're ready to be.
They know what time it is.
Like they want us to be even more obese of a country than what we are. But no, it's definitely worth going to the theaters.
Save the movies.
The same, people are like, why do people cry about Blockbuster?
Oh, I was just gonna say that. Yeah.
Blockbuster.
It's culture, man.
You know,
Yeah, it's culture.
You know, the last one is up on Airbnb.
I heard that.
What kind of shit is that? That's
I heard
great.
that. Yeah, it's nuts.
There's a great doc on Netflix about it.
The last
The
Blockbuster.
last Blockbuster.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting and
Awesome.
fun to watch, man. It was cool. And my one of my buddies that I work with, he actually was a Blockbuster employee, and he was like, dude,
Lucky.
it was great. It was one of those jobs where it was like the perks of working there were just
Reaped
It is
the
enough.
benefits.
Yeah.
See,
It's so
see
true.
what we did there? Went
Yeah.
all the way back.
Yeah. Bro, it's so wild too, because Netflix is better than Blockbuster. Yes,
Yeah.
we know that. But again, there's something about the flip phone versus this. Like this is cool because I get to do everything. I could press buttons and I could look. But there's something about that when you slam.
You don't. It doesn't make the sound.
Make the sound. The landline. There's something about the landline that you gotta appreciate.
April talks about the sidekicks. They flipped open because I had
sidekicks.
everyone.
I had
1, 2,
one.
3.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Well, and even just the little things. I forget whose bit it was. I think it was like Louis C.K. or Chris Rock or something. But two vastly different comedians. I don't know why I compare them. But they had a bit where they were like, I miss a landline because if I'm really angry at somebody, I used to just slam the phone down and used to hang up when I had the shit in the kitchen with the long cord.
Yeah.
And it would hang up. But now it's like, well, fuck you then. Doot. And there's no like aggressive sound effect or nothing.
That's the sound.
Unless you have anger problems, then you'll probably still
Yes.
throw your phone
That's right.
down.
Then that's
Which I
on you.
don't
Then you're
recommend.
That's on you.
I don't
Exactly.
recommend that.
Doot, doot.
Unless
Yeah,
you
so
can
there's
afford
something about it.
$1,000
But
phone.
you know what's the worst sound in the world now?
Doot, doot. Oh, I
How
know.
pissed off you get when you hear that? I know this motherfucker didn't just hang up on me.
Motherfucker.
I know you lying.
Yeah.
Don't let me hear that. Don't let me hear that.
Nostalgia it's something that it's good that we had it so we could appreciate it.
Yeah.
And things consistently get better, but it's always cool to live in those times. But I think it's only been like that recently. Like I don't think our parents could say, bring back this. Like they don't have anything in their wheelhouse.
Yeah.
No,
like for sure.
think about it. Like, what has your parents said where, back in my day, this was better.
We used to walk 50 miles to the school in the snow.
Uphill
music.
and uphill both ways. No, you say that?
Uphill both ways.
Yeah.
Music.
Because
Yeah,
nothing was
that's
better, right?
That music would be the
Music.
Music
would be
on
the only
vinyl.
the only thing.
On vinyl.
On vinyl.
Those motherfuckers probably don't
Record-
even
Just the sound, the
understand.
feel.
Record stores.
They know music.
Yeah,
We
that's
know
true.
music. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
We know music because they know music.
That's right.
That is 100%.
That would be the only thing.
Yeah.
Everything else you make perfect sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
And
that's crazy.
Dude, here's a different perspective about like Netflix being better,
Mm.
right?
Talk to me.
Check it out. This is like kind of like psychological warfare now.
Love it.
So, being a young kid growing up in the 90s, getting your music, finding out about music was a lot harder than it is now.
Yeah,
Now you
yeah.
go on
Sure.
Spotify, similar bands
You're right.
that are not similar at all. Back in the day, you used to have to put the footwork into it. If
Yes,
you wanted to like not just listen to shit on the radio.
Yeah.
If you did, cool, just put it on the radio and you don't have to
It
do
is what
shit.
it is. You let somebody else do your work.
But I would go to like Best Buy or any local music stores or even like bookstores that sold like music magazines, and I would look at like what the band that I liked was wearing. Like they were wearing a band shirt, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
that's a band, and he's wearing their shirt, and I like them. I'm gonna go check them out.
That's right.
So I'd go scoop up a CD, and that's kind of the same way with what
Netflix and
Blockbuster
Blockbuster,
was,
yeah.
Yeah,
So like
definitely.
you can kind
You're
of
so
curate
right.
your own movie taste, like create like a more personal.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Well,
yes.
and your whole evening, really.
Yeah, definitely.
Because it was an experience. I mean, you buy your popcorn there if you wanted to. You had snow caps at every fucking aisle. You
and
had
I don't know about
the
you
people.
guys, like when you watch something on Netflix, it's of course it's like because you watch this. A lot of that shit you're not even really interested into.
No.
And then all of a
dude.
sudden what you slowly start seeing is like shit that you don't even care about at all.
That algorithm bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the algorithm
Yes.
has taken over. And that is kind of like stripping you of your own taste, really.
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
forcing you to watch something that it thinks that you should be watching.
That's so true. Yeah.
And it's not true. It's
Yeah.
not, like, because Spotify will do that too. What I try to do is I'll search for the band. I don't ever click on.
Yep.
I don't ever click on
Suggested shit.
the suggested shit, because it'll always be like similar artists that
Mhm.
aren't similar, you know?
Right. Well, and if you do that with anything, right? If you click on something,
Yeah.
you're gonna get fed whatever that is or something like it
Strips you
on
of
all
the
platforms.
ability to find out
Make a
what you like.
choice.
But you know what's funny? The only time I'll do that is like, so I surprised my wife with redoing our closet for her birthday, which is next month. But like 2 months ago, I had this idea of doing it, but I was like, I don't want to like click on it and book it right away because I might find something else. It was Closets by Designers website. The only cool thing about an algorithm is I can always rely on it to serve me ads. So what I decided,
remind your ass.
So what I decided to do was 2 months ago, I was like, all right, I'm gonna click on this. Second I clicked on it, for the next 3 months, I was getting closet ads like a motherfucker, and I was okay with it.
Because you should be getting reminded.
That's right, because I needed to get reminded. But like with Netflix or Spotify, when you don't want it and you're like, oh, Dirty Heads, cool, awesome, I'll click on that. But then now I'm gonna get served nothing but fucking, Revolution and Soulja. And
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
nothing wrong with
Yes.
that. But there's certain times where I want to have my own fucking choice, where I want to go randomized or I want to search for a specific artist, and I don't
dude.
want a random thing.
It will totally fuck up my YouTube like
Yes, bro.
playlist or whatever the fuck you call it, feed. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
damn, dude, like, why is it like this?
and it's only after one time.
yeah,
that's all it
That's all
takes.
it takes.
That's all it takes. I was looking at this comparison of Flash, of the new movie that came out, because I wanted to do like a little review on it. And I typed in Flash new movie 2021 or something, and then it was giving me nothing but CW Flash
I didn't ask you for that.
clips.
Yeah.
It
At
didn't
all.
ask me for it, but now that's all I get is and that was an okay show, first couple seasons, but that's all I'm getting is like suggested clips of that, and I'm like, I don't want, just because it's called The Flash, that's not what I want to see.
Yeah.
So it's like
but
sometimes
no
it works in your
cigar.
you're right. It does not work at all times the way you want it to, but
Oh shit.
But
I don't
these are like future problems.
yes.
Yes.
Yeah, how
Yeah.
bougie are we? These are the issues we got to deal with. Like our parents, were worrying about freaking.
Walking 10 miles in the snow.
Yeah.
Listen, it's always gonna happen like that.
Yeah, dude.
I talk with April all the time just about that. Like
That's right.
our parents saying like, "Oh, back in our days," I'm like, "That's what I'm doing the same shit now." I'll be in the studio teaching my kids. I'm like, "Oh well, back in my day,
Yeah.
we fucking worked hard for this." And
That's
they're
right.
like, oh, and then I think I'm like, damn, I sound just like my dad.
Yeah. Full
It's great,
swing, man.
It's great. It's
Full
gonna
swing.
happen.
Full swing. All right. Well, cool. Well, hey, let's wrap this up. We're at 2 hours and 20 minutes.
That's it. Okay.
How about that, huh?
Nice.
This was fun, boys.
Yeah.
This
had
was
a blast.
dope. I hope you took something for this. You learned. You
I
vibing
did.
with it.
Thank you very much.
No, absolutely,
Yeah.
man. It was a pleasure.
I knew I had to get you guys together. I knew
No,
it
this
would be
was
dope.
awesome. Yeah, we'll do it again for sure. So everyone, please say goodbye to Sunday.
Sunday. Should been all up in your bag.
And then let's go around the horn. So what do you got going on? If you got a website, you got a business you want to promote, whatever. Nova, what you got going on?
It's your boy Nova J all day. 1/2 member of the Crossbreed. We're about to get back up and running. The wife is recovering, full swing.
Nice.
She's ready to work. She's ready to beat faces. The world is opening up. My camera gun is ready.
Nice.
Let's get out there. If you need some private dance lessons, holler at your boy. I'm teaching at studios. What's up? Mask on, safety first.
Yes,
That's how it
sir.
feels.
Yes, sir.
I'm a new father. Shout out to Warrior Soul. Oh my Lord, that's crazy.
Nuts.
Sweet
No,
papa.
and that's it. Come holler at your boy. On
Cool.
to the next.
Cool.
Hector Rivera, tattoo artist in the Tampa area off Fowler. Basically just slinging ink.
Nice.
I'm also a freelance artist, so if you want some artwork, got something in mind, hit me up on my Instagram at Thex, TEEHEX. Or if you just want some tattoos.
Sick.
Yeah. Either or, man. Art's art to me.
I like
Nice.
it. I like it.
No,
Art
and it
is
like
art.
a professional.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
Well, guys, I can't thank you enough for letting me swing by.
Of course,
And,
bro. It's great to have you,
yeah,
man. It's good
and-
to see you again.
And you know, if it makes you feel any better, I did pop my portable podcast cherry with you. I did one like, I don't know, 2 years ago when I first did it, but I didn't have my setup. It was like me with a little H6 recorder and a couple like shit mics, a couple lavender, So it didn't count. So this is my first.
This is a little bit
nice.
A little bit of
Yeah, man. But this is how easy it could be if you bring it anywhere. So now you know. So, but thank you for hosting.
Yeah, dude.
Appreciate it.
The pleasure's all mine.
Thank you, man. And I'll definitely get you guys back out to my casa.
Yes.
Yeah,
We could do this again. I got a nice little brick oven pizza. We'll fire up some pies.
Nice.
Yeah, dude, it'll be fun. But thank you again for being on the show. Ladies and gents, thank you for listening to the show. I will leave these cats' Instagram and sites and all that in the description. So check these guys out. Some good folks here. And if you want to hear more about this, make sure you actually leave a review. Subscribe to the podcast. Leave us a message. Say how much you love this, because we might make this like a quarterly thing.
Yeah.
Oh man,
Where we could like geek out like every 2-3 months or
that would
something.
be dope.
Because there's so much cool shit we gotta talk about.
There's too much.
2 hours is not enough.
I've got an endless supply of useless knowledge.
I love it. So thanks again for tuning in, guys.
Yeah.
We out. Peace.
Peace.